The air is thick with salt and tension. A Philippine Coast Guard vessel, the BRP Malapascua, cuts through the West Philippine Sea. On the horizon, a Chinese Coast Guard ship looms, massive and imposing. The radio crackles. The Chinese demand the Philippine ship leave what they call their territory. The Filipino captain holds his course. He's in his country's exclusive economic zone. This is no longer a routine resupply mission. It's the front line of a modern geopolitical struggle. The Chinese ship closes in, a dangerous game of chicken at sea. The Filipino crew braces for impact, defiant but anxious. Suddenly, a water cannon erupts from the Chinese vessel, smashing into the Philippine ship, shattering glass and sowing chaos. This is intimidation without bullets, a new normal in these contested waters. These encounters are growing more frequent and aggressive. Filipino fishermen are harassed, their nets cut, their catches stolen. Supply missions to the BRP Sierra Madre are routinely blocked. Each incident is a calculated test of resolve. China's gray zone tactics push the Philippines back, inch by inch. The world watches through grainy Coast Guard videos. Assertive transparency exposes these bullying tactics, turning a regional dispute into a global concern. Stark images show a small Philippine vessel dwarfed by swarming Chinese ships. Lasers are pointed at Filipino crews, temporarily blinding them. These aren't just news clips, they're distress signals, a plea for the world to recognize the clear and present danger. The stakes: maritime law, regional stability, and the future of the West Philippine Sea. Why is this small island so important? Geography, economics, and history. The West Philippine Sea is a vital artery for global trade. Over $3 trillion in commerce passes through every year. Whoever controls these waters holds immense leverage over the global economy. The seabed is rich in oil and natural gas, resources that could transform the Philippines. The waters are also among the world's most biodiverse, feeding millions in coastal communities. Pagasa Island, or Thitu, is the strategic heart of the Philippines' claim in the Spratlys. It's the largest Philippine-occupied feature, and the only one with a civilian community. Its location allows the Philippines to monitor activity and support its fishermen. Losing Pagasa would mean losing control of the entire area. The island is more than a military outpost. It's a living symbol of Philippine sovereignty. Pagasa is proof. This is not an empty sea, but a Filipino home, governed by its people. For years, Pagasa was a remote, rustic outpost, just a sandy airstrip, a few buildings, and a handful of soldiers. Life was Spartan, supplies infrequent, isolation the norm, but everything changed when China began building artificial islands nearby, shifting the balance of power. The Philippines realized it had to invest in Pagasa, turning it from a hardship post into a viable, defensible community. The transformation is now visible. The old runway replaced by a new paved airstrip that allows larger aircraft to land safely. This logistical upgrade means faster troop rotations, regular supplies, and quick medical evacuations. The new runway is the backbone of the island's resilience. The buildup isn't just military. New barracks, civilian housing, and administrative buildings are rising. A sheltered port is under construction, protecting fishing boats and supply vessels. The goal: make Pagasa a place where Filipinos can truly live and thrive. It's a long-term strategy, strengthening the claim with citizens, not just soldiers. Pagasa is becoming a real community, not just a symbol. The Philippines is here to stay. Upgrading Pagasa is a monumental task. Every bag of cement, every steel bar, must cross hundreds of miles of open sea. The journey is perilous, with unpredictable weather and constant harassment from Chinese ships. Construction workers, mostly civilians, labor under the watchful eye of a foreign power. The new runway, completed in 2020, has changed everything, ensuring safe, reliable transport and a steady flow of supplies. It's a concrete symbol of Philippine resolve. Alongside it, a new port is taking shape, providing a sheltered harbor for ships and boosting the local economy. Larger Navy and Coast Guard vessels can now dock, enhancing patrols and response. New barracks, modern communications, and solar power installations are making the island more self-sufficient. Every new structure is a brick in the wall of defense. This is a slow, determined effort to fortify the claim against overwhelming odds. Pagasa is no longer just an outpost. It's a modern bastion. The Philippines is building permanence in the face of pressure. The civilian community on Pagasa is the Philippines' most powerful asset in the West Philippine Sea. These aren't soldiers, they're fishermen, municipal workers, and families. Their presence humanizes the claim, showing the world this is a real peaceful community. Children play on the beach. A Filipino flag flies over the schoolhouse. But life here is a study in contrasts. Paradise, shadowed by constant tension. Foreign ships on the horizon are a daily reminder of their precarious situation. Everything, food, water, medicine, must be shipped in. There's only one doctor. Emergencies require airlifts. Despite hardships, residents show remarkable resilience and patriotism. The government supports them with housing and subsidies, aiming for a thriving, self-sustaining community. A larger civilian population strengthens the Philippine claim. These pioneers are living proof. Pagasa is a Filipino home. In 2013, the Philippines took China to court, challenging its sweeping claims in the West Philippine Sea. The world watched as Manila fought not with warships, but with the rule of law. In 2016, the tribunal ruled decisively for the Philippines. China's 9-dash line had no legal basis. The ruling affirmed the Philippines' rights and condemned China's island building and harassment. But China rejected the verdict, calling it waste paper, and doubled down on militarization. Beijing's defiance was a direct challenge to the international rules-based order. The legal victory was monumental, but not self-enforcing. It didn't change the reality on the water. That's why the buildup on Pagasa is so critical. If the law can't remove the aggressor, the Philippines must strengthen its physical presence. The new runway, port, and civilian community are the country's answer to China's defiance. Its sovereignty asserted through action, not just words. Pagasa is the Philippines' response, building facts on the ground to match those in the courtroom. Facing overwhelming force, the Philippines has weaponized transparency. The Coast Guard now embeds journalists and releases dramatic footage of China's aggressive actions. This assertive transparency shines a light on gray zone tactics, shifting the battle to global public opinion. The world sees the bullying, and support for the Philippines grows. The narrative is clear. A large nation bullying a smaller neighbor, violating international law. Meanwhile, the Philippines is strengthening alliances, especially with the United States. Joint military exercises have increased, and the U.S. has reaffirmed its defense commitments. Other partners, Japan, Australia, the UK, are joining patrols and exercises. This web of partnerships complicates China's strategy and shows the Philippines is not alone. Regional stability is now a shared concern. Fortifying Pagasa is central to a high-stakes game of deterrence. The goal isn't to match China's might, but to raise the cost of aggression. A resilient, well-supplied Pagasa is a harder target. Any attack would require open escalation. The improved runway and port allow rapid reinforcement or evacuation. Filipino forces operate under immense pressure, balancing resolve with restraint. The risk of miscalculation is ever present. A single mistake could spark wider conflict. Assertive transparency and stronger alliances change the dynamic, creating a porcupine defense. The Philippines can't defeat a larger adversary, but it can make itself a difficult target. Every structure, patrol, and civilian on Pagasa adds to deterrence. The message: the Philippines is not surrendering its rights. It's digging in for the long haul. Pagasa Island is more than land, it's a national symbol. For Filipinos, it represents sovereign rights and the struggle to defend them. The island embodies defiance against a larger power and a commitment to international law. Pagasa means hope, and the island is a beacon of hope for maritime security and justice. Its transformation from neglected outpost to fortified community is a source of pride. Pagasa stands for self-reliance and determination, showing small nations can assert their rights. The future of Pagasa is tied to the future of the Indo-Pacific. The contest here is between the rule of law and the rule of might. Pagasa is the Philippines' line in the sand, reinforced with concrete, community, and national identity. The world is watching and the message is clear. The Philippines will not be pushed out of its own waters.